All right, Kyle.
What's going on, guys?
What's up?
All right, let's do it.
So for the second straight week, I mean, you did Arizona last week, now Houston, you're familiar with. Kind of what's it like with another little bit of a homecoming for you?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I got people in the area. Not as much as Arizona, obviously, but it'll be cool to go back into Houston. Spent 2 years of my life there. Developed a lot as a football player there. It'll be cool to go back and play.
What about Cullen Gillespie, your relationship with him and got to play with him, and how proud are you of what he's accomplished?
Cullen, man. Cullen's come a long way from when we met freshman year. And to see where he's at now, to become the 12th. He was the 12th man after I left A&M, which was awesome. I think he was there 12th man for 2 years there. Killed it. Got drafted, made the team. I mean, I couldn't be happier for the kid. He plays his ass off. He plays as hard as he can out there. It'll be cool to line up against him.
Kyle, I mean, I know you approach every week the same way, like you're going to be the starter, but now you know going into the week that, you know, you're going to be the starter. How does it change things mentally for you?
I don't think it changes anything mentally, honestly. I know you guys don't want this answer, but I prepare like I'm going to start every week. So same preparation, same process, and hopefully same result on Sunday.
Anything different with the idea now that there's tape out on you or whatever, that you guys are sort of self-scouting to, you know, so obviously you're not going to have the same game plan, but will you kind of tweak some things knowing that Houston's going to be studying last week's tape?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's how you game plan for every game. You know, I know Norv and Scott and the whole offensive staff are going to come with a great game plan for Sunday like they do every week, and so that's up to them. I just execute what they tell me to do.
God, what kind of advice were you given after your 17th season at Houston that made you decide to go ahead and turn pro?
You know, I mean, there was a couple options at that point. I think I could have stayed at Houston. I could have tried to go somewhere else, and I think I could have tried to go pro. And, you know, I just kind of took a couple weeks to think about it and really weigh all these options out. And for me, I was just ready to bet on myself because I thought I had the ability, and I thought that if I was given a chance like I was here in Carolina, even undrafted, just being signed, and if I was given a chance to go and show in practice, go and show in training camp, go and show in preseason that I could play, that hopefully someone would hold on to me, and I'm glad Carolina did.
You said to bet on yourself. You look like you were having so much fun out there on Sunday. Did you have to keep that kind of mentality in the back of your mind?
I mean, I think it's ingrained in who I am. I think as an undrafted quarterback in this league, you got to keep betting on yourself because no one else is going to. You know what I mean? Until you keep betting on yourself, until you keep proving yourself, and it's a week-to-week thing. You got to show up every single day because you're not going to get as many opportunities as everybody else. And so, for me, it was just about betting on myself, coming in and playing as consistently as possible every single day, practice, games, preseason, whatever it was.
Kyle, I'd like to, this is quite a big callback, but quite a far callback, but any specific memories of Deshaun, Elite 11, I know is a really fun time for all of you guys, and what was it like kind of camping with him at that point?
Yeah, so me and Deshaun stay in contact. I actually was thrown with him this summer in Los Angeles, but yeah, Deshaun was there my year, and I remember he was the highly touted guy out of Georgia, #1 guy, a hell of a player. I remember seeing him at that camp, and that was the first time I've really seen the best quarterbacks around the country at that camp. So it was really cool to watch him play, watch him develop, watch him play at Clemson. He's a great leader. He's great in crunch time. He's great when it matters the most. And honestly, I look up to him as a quarterback. I think he's a really good quarterback. I think he's got it really figured out. I think this is his 3rd year in the league, and he's starting to really figure it out. And so got a lot of respect for him.
Now that you've had a chance to go back and watch the tape, you know, and sort of evaluate the way that you played against Arizona, what were some of the things that you were most impressed that you did, and then maybe a couple of things that you'd like to work on going into Sunday?
I thought we did a really good job offensively in total of just executing and staying within the game plan, like I said to you guys after the game. I think that was our main focus coming into the game. We just wanted to execute, not do too much, do our jobs, and eliminate mistakes as much as possible. And so I think we did a really good job of that for most of the game. I think for me, obviously that fumble the first series is unacceptable in the red zone, but I'm happy with the way we bounced back from it. And I think there's a lot of things we can clean up little-wise with me and the whole team, but I think it's little things here and there, but the little things lead to the big things, so we're focusing on that.
Were there any particular throws that you just watched back and said, damn, I really wish I could have had that one back?
Maybe some reads, not some throws. I would say some reads. Maybe I would have the fade to DJ, or DJ ran a fade, and I ended up checking it down to Christian Maybe if I just took the out route to Curtis early, it's just stuff like that, just little things. But you're just playing the game, so you got to read and react.
Watching the replay of the broadcast, they talked about the Bellagio story.
Yeah.
Can you go over that story with us?
Yeah, well, my mom wasn't pumped to hear that I told them about that. But, yeah, I didn't talk to my parents much the whole week. I've been busy. And I called them when we landed in Arizona, and she sends me a picture from the Bellagio pool in Vegas. So I was going to go up to their house and hang out for the night, and I was like, all right, well, looks like I'll find something else to do.
You think on purpose to kind of get out of your hair? Or?
No, I think my dad had some business thing there that week, and he just needed to be there. My mom went with him.
Hey, Kyle, for a second consecutive week, you're kind of going against a quarterback who has had a very different trajectory from you, despite a lot of early success. And with Deshaun, I know that you guys started out kind of on a level field back when you were at Elite 11 together, being highly touted. Have you gained some perspective on the system as it processes young players, a perspective that maybe sometimes players who always are the star, are always highly touted and kind of are on that rising path, maybe don't have?
Yeah, I think it's different for everybody's situation. You can look at Deshaun's situation like that, how he's always been on the rise, but then you can go back and look at how he grew up in his childhood and all the adversity that he faced in there, which is not even, it puts my adversity I faced in college to nothing, you know what I mean? Like, he had no home growing up, his mom got cancer, she was a single mom, he ended up having to get a house from some ex-NFL player, and he was working jobs at night while he was in high school. So his adversity is a lot different than mine, and I think that helps his perspective a lot, and I think you can see in the way he plays. He plays through that. But I think everybody's story is different. I think everyone is going to face their adversity at some point, and they're going to learn from it, and they're going to respond in different ways.
I'll go back to what you talked about betting on yourself, and you decided to come out and test NFL. After you went undrafted, you know how difficult a road that is to make a roster, let alone become a starter. Were there any concerns that you were like, man, did I make the right decision? Or?
No, I mean, I knew going into it I was probably going to go undrafted. Yeah, I mean, I knew. I mean, I got benched the third week of the season. I'm self-aware. So yeah. I mean, that was the plan. I mean, yeah, that was the plan. I got undrafted. I knew that it was just want to get my opportunities, take advantage of them, and hopefully someone bets on me too.
A lot of people see similarities in you and your story. You seem to enjoy talking about your story, but do you enjoy talking about your story, or do you want to move on and become an established player in this league and, have it not be the first 8 questions all the time?
No, I think it's a good part of my story. I think it's important to talk about it, not only for me, but for younger players, high school kids and college kids. I mean, I go and talk at camps to the kids about my story and stuff like that. I think it's important to who I am as a football player and who I am as a person. I think it's shaped me. Obviously, down the road, I want to become, like you said, I want to become an established player in this league, but I know what got me here. I understand that my story and the things that I went through got me to this point today, and it's going to keep getting me to where I want to go.
What are the undrafted players in your past you saw or idolized that kind of inspired you at all?
Not really that come to mind. Tony Romo was undrafted, right? Yeah, I mean, he comes to mind, I guess, right now. I don't really think about like undrafted or drafted. I think I look at guys who play the game the right way. I look at guys who play the game similar to me. I look at guys who live their life the way I want to live my life. And so I think there's some guys around the league that do that well.
I guess going back to my previous question, and I guess when you're younger and you're in these highly touted programs, you have a 5-star ranking. That's only the beginning of the story, it seems like. And I guess the perspective that you have now, where it's not always going to be just a straight shot up, if you could speak on that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think once you get out of high school, a lot of kids will start to realize that football becomes a business, and people's jobs are on the line. Your job's on the line. The head coach's job, the OC, these are adults with families with their jobs on the line, so they're going to make decisions based on what's going to keep them there and what's going to help the team win. And so I think the younger you can realize that and the younger you can get that sense of urgency and understand that you really don't get many shots once you're out of high school. And so, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter who you come in as, what you come in as. there's a lot of politics involved, obviously, but at the end of the day, the higher you go, more of it comes to business and the less opportunities you get.
Kyle, not to necessarily harp on the idea of you betting on yourself, but when they first released you and then brought you back the second time around, not that that may change the way that you approached anything, but did it change your appreciation for getting that second opportunity?
Yeah, I mean, when I got released, I remember my feeling, I wasn't like worried for some reason. I was calm, I was patient, and I knew that I was going to get another opportunity somewhere just because I had taken advantage of my opportunities that I had here, I felt like. And so I guess from a perspective standpoint of not having a job for 7 weeks and then coming back here and having a job, yeah, I was appreciative of that for sure. But, I wasn't really worried ever.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thanks, guys.